Chevy Tahoe, or as I like to call it, Baby Suburban, has established itself within the American household as a dependable workhorse and family member. The Tahoe title was first introduced in the mid-90s when the Blazer faced a rebadge. But unlike other famous name changes in history, I'm looking at you, Snoop Dogg, that didn't change the truck's renowned attributes and well-rounded customer appeal, attracting every demographic from high-waisted mom jeans to rootin' tootin' highfalutin gun-shootin' mudslingers. This sort of popularity amounts to sales figures exceeding well over 3.5 million vehicles and counting. But that's to be expected, considering the hardcore nature of the Chevy fanbase. This truck in particular has been family-owned since new, and the owner has 6 other Chevy SUVs. Specifically, 1 Escalade, 1 Yukon Denali, 3 Tahoes, and 2 Suburbans. It's like eating chips. You can never have just one. 24 years of hard work and family hauling can take a toll on any vehicle. And although this truck has many noticeable scars, perhaps considered hideous and disfiguring by some, nearly all of them tell a story. Like this rear 3/4. It was cut up and patched at home with a junkyard quarter panel after a collision. Or this passenger door patch job. What was once a hole caused by an accidental discharge of a shotgun is now a cherished scrapbook keepsake. Good times, good times. However, not all damage has received the same love and affection. Battling Chicago winters can be hard to keep up with, so much of the common rust areas have been protected with bed liner. Kinda like a third marriage, it's not pretty, but it's good enough. Impressively though, this Tahoe has avoided some other common pitfalls such as seized rear door hinges, foggy headlights, or snapped door handles. Very nice. And by the way, the flashing lights and bumper rig aren't just there for pompous display. This truck is put to work year-round. Whether it's towing or assaulting and plowing, it powers through. At first glance, this interior appears to be missing most of the dashboard, but I assure you, it's there. Look very closely and you may just be able to see it. Of course, a camouflage pattern was not standard in the Tahoe. What was standard, however, was an all-new electronic 4-wheel drive selector, a system notorious for its unreliability. Anything from faulty electrical contacts to malfunctioning actuators. Luckily, and with the help of proper maintenance, those issues have not plagued this example, but even with a strict maintenance schedule, 90s American electronics are bound to give up eventually, like in the case of the turn signal switch. A common area of concern in these trucks. If one of these go bad, when one of these go bad, you can lose brake light, tail light, windshield wiper, high beam, and turn signal function. Needless to say, it's been replaced 3 times. The rest of the interior is what you'd expect from a GM product. More plastic than a Hollywood housewife alongside that classic Chevy smell. If you've ever been in a Chevy from this era, you'll know. It's like a mixture of pine tree air freshener, spilled coffee, and good old American butt dust. Unmistakable. Equipped with the quintessential Chevy power plant, a 5.7-liter Vortec V8, it's no wonder that this truck has achieved over 325,000 miles. This classic small block engine roots itself way back to 1955. So by now, it's safe to say that GM has worked out most of its kinks. This version makes an adequate 255 horsepower and 335 pound-feet of torque. Surely a few horses have fled the stable over the years, but it's still enough to push this 2.5-ton behemoth down the road. Fun fact, The transmission used in this Tahoe is a 4L60E 4-speed automatic. This transmission, or some slight variation of it, can be found in 40 different GM products. They are as follows: Buick Rainier, Buick Roadmaster, Cadillac Escalade, and Saab 97X. The 4L60's popularity is likely a result of its impressive reliability. This one lasted for over 220,000 miles before being rebuilt. Although, it was rebuilt again less than 90,000 miles later under warranty, but let's just call that a fluke. Preventative maintenance is the name of the game when owning a high-mileage vehicle. Checking the oil level is ritualistic, doing so before every trip. And keeping a tool set in the trunk is a nice safety blanket that has come in handy on more than one occasion. But you can only buy time for so long before some common issues with this Chevy show their teeth. There's a few, so here's a list. Oil pan rot, coolant hose leaks, mufflers falling off, distributor malfunction, saggy shocks, ECM overheat, brake line rot, exhaust manifold warp, and water pump failure. Also, the C-clips that hold the axle shafts in place can wear down and cause a wheel to fly off while driving. Anyway, where was I? That's it, I guess. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next mile.